te alotoroma ai to e to atu o tata to halama te o lo o motarhemu. Se to e mande ro ele Uanai te olo Uanai taraho Hualanare o Uani ataram Wale andoyam Wareo Wareo ane areo aneo Wow, that was really powerful. And yeah, that was really powerful. So that was really about calling back personal power in relationship with spiritual gifts, with divine gifts. That was really a wake-up call to remember, hey, these gifts are divine. And no matter what you've experienced in your life in relation to these gifts, the only one that is degrading them at this point is you. Because you're the only one that's carrying on that fear response, that doubt response, that this isn't good. And sometimes we get so trapped in the feeling of being shut down or put down for who we are that we just become so identified with that feeling. And we forget that in every moment we have choice, we have free will. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm going to talk to you guys today about something that's been on my mind and on my heart for a long time now, and that is how to deal with having psychic abilities or spiritual gifts of any kind. And I have a lot to say about this, okay? So I did make a video a while ago now. It was 7 signs you're psychic and you don't know it. So you can go check that out if you'd like to. I also have a tarot pick a card around psychic gifts and spiritual abilities that could also assist you, because I like to cover a very wide range of what I call like gifts. So when I'm talking about how to deal with these gifts, it could be that you have clairsentience, claircognizance, clairvoyancy, clairaudiency, which is where you see, hear, know, feel spirit or spirit realm. Now, that's more what I would call like the psychic gifts. Now, spiritual gifts are more like gifts of healing. You might have healing hands. You might have a healing way of speaking. You may have past lives of being a healer, so you hold that wisdom in you. You might be a medium, meaning you can make contact beyond the veil, especially with deceased humans, deceased loved ones. You may speak light language or channel light language, which is something I do on my channel. There's so much that could be coming through you, right? And really, the other one would be starseed. So if you feel a connection with your galactic or cosmic family, and you feel like you can bring that energy into Earth as well. I mean, you might feel really connected with angels. You might feel really connected with earth spirits like fairies, elementals, whatever. It's amazing, all of it. And it's all available to all of us. However, what I have been observing in my own experience of my own gifts, which I've had since I was a child, and it's been a very long road for me to come to acceptance with, okay? What I've observed since I've started putting myself out there with this stuff is that people approach it in the same way. And by that I simply mean when people feel blocked about their own gifts, when people are aware and yet not acknowledging their own divinity that's coming through them in specific ways, their entry point to all of this, in that case, is fear. Okay? And this is the biggest thing I want to clear up for everybody. When we are approaching any aspect of ourself, any part of ourself, okay, inner child, the part in us that can see dead people, whatever, we have to approach it with acceptance and love. Because if we approach it with fear, we are approaching it with separateness. We are approaching it with, get away from me, I don't want you. I want you to be out of me. I want to cut you away, shut you down, turn you off. And when we do that to an aspect of ourself, we become fragmented, okay? We become split. We become, I don't know where my center point is. I can't find my way home. Okay, so this is big. Already we're working with a psyche that has fragments, okay? That has different parts, that have different desires, that have different voices that aren't being heard, seen, or even taken in as a wholeness, as the picture of wholeness. So when our entry point is fear into anything in life, but especially when it's to do with something that is more divine, such as beyond the veil, such as whatever, if we enter with fear, okay, then we're seeing with fear, we're filtering with fear, we're interpreting with fear, and we're also making a choice from fear. Okay, so you might be asking, how am I making a choice? Like, I don't even know what my gifts are. You are making a choice. You are making a choice in every moment. So even if you are saying, I'm not aware of my gifts, I don't know how they're impacting me, well, that's a choice. You're choosing to believe that you aren't aware of your gifts and that you don't know how they're impacting you. Okay, so I'm going to go deeper now, okay? So when we decide, in that moment, I'm going to shut down to my gifts because there's darkness there. That's usually why we have fear, okay? So when we're open to the light, we open to the dark. When we shut the dark, we shut the light. When we open to the light, we open to the dark. When we shut the dark, we shut the light. I'll say it one more time. When we open to the light, we open to the dark. When we shut the dark, we shut the light. Okay? So I get so many emails from people saying, how do I connect with my spirit guides? I feel disconnected. I can't feel them. I can't see them. I don't trust they're there. I'm doubting myself. And the fear gets up here, right? So quickly. You can't access your guides, your angels, your cosmic family because you have shut down to the dark. If you shut to the dark, you shut to the light. If you open to the light, you open to the dark. Okay? We live in duality. It's always both. If you want to be in contact with your guides, if you want to be in contact with your galactic family of origin, with your angels, with archangels, with ascended masters, with elementals, with fairies, then you must believe you are strong enough to open to both, because you already are and you always have been. It's simply been a choice in your mind to tell yourself, I'm not strong enough. Now, what I want to make really, really clear to every single person who watches this video, okay, is that you are the most powerful being you will encounter in your lifetime. You are. I'm going to say it again. You are the most powerful being you will encounter in your lifetime. It's true. So if you can't believe that right now, can you just consider it? Consider that perspective. Now consider how strange it is to be afraid of anything. I'm talking spiritual beings, okay? Because yes, if there are angels, there are demons. Yes. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, what are you afraid about? Everything on the other side of the veil is beautiful and rainbows and butterflies, because it's not. Just like we're not beautiful and rainbow and butterflies on this side of the veil, right? We have both. And that is reflected to us beyond the veil, okay? Now, the other thing is, I don't know how to make this clear enough. Like, whatever you are confronted with, okay? So say you make the choice, okay, I'm going to open to the light, and that means that I will be opening to the dark, but I know that I'm strong enough to handle both, to look darkness in the face and say, I love you. I love you. To look a demon in the face, in the eyes, and say, I love you. I love you. And watch them run away. Because that's how I feel now, you guys. This is how, when we work with these beliefs, when we work with, okay, I have free will, I have choice, I am the most powerful being I will ever encounter, because it's your reality. It's just like in a dream, okay? It's just like in a dream. If we're in a dream and we want to create, if we need to get up to the top of that tree over there, in our dream, we can just go like this and create a ladder. A ladder is formed through our belief, through our thought, through our mind. There's just so much I want to say. There's so much I'm so excited about. But it's like, I guess the point that I want to make is when you get to this point of saying, okay, I'm going to open to the light because I have decided I want to. That means I'm going to have to face some darkness, but that's okay because I know I'm strong enough to do that. Whatever you are faced with will be for your own medicine, okay? It might feel like a test of faith. It might feel scary. It might feel like past fears resurfacing, because in some ways it is. I believe that a lot of the demons and darkness that we are seeing when we're gifted it's both. It's always both. It is separate beings to us that are there and influencing us, and especially if we're feeling disempowered or powerless, they will feed off that feeling. Yes, they will. You need to know that, okay? It's your responsibility what you do with that information. However, it's also the filter of fear that we're looking at this stuff through. Okay, so it's both. Yes, there are demons and evil things. Okay, get over it. And yes, some of it will just be your own fear projected back to you for you to work with. Okay? Because spirit is always working with us to turn fear into love, to choose in any moment not to see through fear, but instead to see through love. And again, I'm feeling the energy from you guys of like, but how do I do that? What are you even talking about, Bridget? What are you like, why are you even talking about this like this? Because you do have a choice. I'll give you an example. I started seeing spiders everywhere when I first awoke, okay? Everywhere. Everywhere. Not just like sometimes, all the time. And alive spiders, and lots of them, and varying kinds of them. And it was very supernatural. Now, I believe now, with the benefit of hindsight, that the reason these spiders were showing up in my reality, apart from being a symbolic spirit message from my spirit animals, like I think spirit shows herself as animals for you, for particular messages, for particular medicine you need to take in at that time. Spider represents creation, weaving the web of life, creativity, etc. Okay. But the reason these spiders were showing up was A, because it was spirit, but it was B, because I had had a mystical experience a few years before, maybe 3 or 4 years before this time, where I had a, I guess you could call it a hallucination, a vision, an experience. It was real, but it was an experience. It was in a different realm where I woke up and my whole bed was filled with spiders. But like, not just filled with spiders, like never-ending swarms of spiders coming out over me everywhere. And I was living in an apartment at the time and I remember getting up out of bed, screaming, because it was like as I woke up, this came in to my reality. I woke up screaming, started shaking out my blankets and stuff, running around the apartment, just like trying to get these spiders off of me and off my body. And then at some point coming to and realizing there was nothing there. Or so to speak, there was nothing there, because I think my roommate at the time came out and was like, what are you doing? And it kind of brought me back into this 3D. Now, I was terrified of that experience, and I was terrified of the fact that I couldn't explain it, that it seemed supernatural, that it seemed scary, right? Why are all these spiders in my bed? Why am I being punished? Why do I have to have scary experiences, spirit? Why is everything so scary? Blah, 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 poor me. But actually, I look back on that, and I'm like, yeah. Hell yeah. I see that with love. I see that with love. I see spiders as my spirit animal. I see spiders as literally the vessel that is teaching me how can I turn fear into love in any given moment. Every time I see a spider now, I feel love. I feel love, and I feel like spirit loves me. And I see spiders all the time. And I used to be afraid of spiders. And I'm telling you, in Australia, we have spiders that when they bite you, it hurts and it's not okay. So there's reason to fear spiders even. And yet, can I see it differently? Can I look at these spiders with love? Can I interpret this experience as being for me, as helping me? Can I remember that when I open to the light, I open to the dark, and that I am strong enough to hold both? That I am strong enough to look darkness in the eye and say, I love you unconditionally. And that's all I have to say for you guys, all right? And I send you all my love. Good day.